Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. We will get into it just after this. This is DWTT coming to you from the Emirates. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the trip. This is I'm DWTT. My friends call me Gary. Got Matt, Southern Guna. How you doing?
Doing well. Got a new song this week.
All right, we're gonna get to that after we get through the intros,
Okay.
and you can sing. Got
All
Mr. Tom from the dungeon. How you doing?
I was going to do the thing where I go like, "Oh, hey everyone, well, I want to know more about Matt's new song."
Oh, well, let's get into it. And got Tony Turner, the human physician's reference manual. How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Cool. And I guess here it is, everybody. I'll say hello to you guys in a second because Matt wants to say something or sing something, or let's see what he has in store for us.
All right. It is 1, 2, 3. We are out of FA Cup. We are out of cup. We are out of FA Cup. We are out of the cup.
We didn't want to be in it anyways. Who wants to be in that cup anyways?
I do. I care about the FA Cup. It means something to me.
We still tied a record there for being out of the domestic cups earliest ever again.
We're doing it again. Well, at least we're consistent, right? Let's say hello to everybody who just joined us. Big Gunner is in the house. Welcome. We will get into Jorginho in a second. Yes, we will get into that. We'll get into CAICEDO. We'll get into whatever else there is out there. And I think there's other options, but we'll see what we get into. Good evening to you. And for those who are just joining us, hit those likes. And, Stan and the man is in the house. It's afternoon where he is, but it's nighttime over here, and it's late night for Mr. Tom and for some of our friends who will join us later as well. So we'll get into that. All right. Where do we start? I thought we would just start with Weston McKennie, right? Is that where we wanted to start? No.
Yeah, baby.
Another American for Tom's team.
He went to Leeds today. He went to Leeds today, huh?
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that makes it. That's actually a great signing for Leeds, man. That's a good piece of business.
Yeah. I don't think we need him as much as we need Taylor, what's his name? Tyler Adams. So yeah.
He's only joined because of Tyler Adams.
Yeah, but Tyler Adams might come to Arsenal, so that's all right. But let's get into it. Let's get into the biggest news, anyways, that's out there for most of our fans, or at least for most of the panel, anyways. CAICEDO. I think we are about to put in our third bid. Second bid was about 10 million short than what they wanted, and the next bid supposedly is going to be $5 million short of what they wanted. I don't understand the process. I don't really understand it, especially if Jorginho is the next option and you got to spend 20 mil on him. So it doesn't sound like a good idea to me. Mr. Matt, how you feeling about at least our defensive mid options or midfield options?
All right. So for those in the chat, no, I've just got off of work, so I've got a deadline I got to do, but I wanted to hop on and voice my opinions about this. You know, this is what grinds my gears as an Arsenal supporter. We went in with the bid. They gave us the number. Now, me and you talked about this on the phone the other day, Gary, or yesterday, as a matter of fact. Gary, you go into the boardroom. They tell you, okay, well, we need 80 million. You show up with 70 million. No, what was the first bid again? What was that first bid? 60. We show up 20 million shy of what they asked for. You go to Walmart. You remember when you was a kid, you used to go to Walmart and they had the popcorn and the icy hot and the icy.
Yep.
The ices. You remember those, the ices? And you go in and they have 325, 225, 125. You say, well, I want to get a large. I said, well, that's 325. What did you do? You pull out $3.25, right? You didn't pull out the $1.25. Why is it that Arsenal, whenever we do business,
We think it's an auction
we think it's eBay, we think it's Macari,
or a horse auction.
we think it's like I said somewhere else. We flea market our way. Smiley's flea market. What's the place they go to get gas at, Tony? You know what I'm talking about. That's all over Ohio. I can't think of the name of it.
I can't think of the one that's up there.
Yeah, you know, you go over there. You get deals. You quick trip it.
I know Quick Trip because it's
Yeah.
Tulsa.
You know, I don't understand. What is Edu doing, man? What does he do? What does he do? He shows up and this stuff embarrasses us in the transfer market. I told you, Gary. I said, you should have showed up the first time with 75 million. You might would have got him. Second time this weekend, you show up and you say, okay, we'll put 70. That would have been the time to show up and say, you know what, we're gonna call your bluff. We're putting 82 million down. And then we'll know if y'all serious or not. But what does our Arsenal do? We are Uncle Scrooge of the transfer market. I'm telling you, there's got to be photos of Edu and Garlic and all them diving over into coins like Scrooge McDuck on DuckTales.
You know what this is? You know what it is? You know how like you ask somebody, can I borrow $10? And when they go to give you the $10, they go through their wallet and 20 falls out. Sorry, you ask for 20.
Yeah.
And they say, I only got 10. And
Did
they
it-
go through their wallet,
50
20
falls
falls out. Yeah, it falls out of their wallet, and they put it back in and go, here's your 10. You're like,
I told Lee this about a month ago. Who all used to watch Popeye? Who all watched Popeye growing up on this panel? Did you watch Popeye, Tom? There was this one character
I've
on
seen
Popeye.
it, yeah.
There's one character on Popeye. Actually, one of my favorite characters by the name of Blimpy. Blimpy will always show up and he'd say, I'd gladly give you $1 for a hamburger today on next Tuesday. This is what Arsenal does. We show up and we'll give it to you next year. We won't give it to you now. We'll give it to you next year. We'll add in something. Man, why don't we act like a big club right here? I don't understand why Arsenal could. We are at the 11th hour. The 11th hour. Tony, Gary, we saw this in August with my man at Aston Villa. We saw the same thing.
We seen this 2 years ago with Thomas Partey.
Yeah, I'll
Okay,
gladly
we want
pay you.
40 million.
I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. That's it. That's how we roll. BX, you use that from now on. We in the same chat. That's it. We are skint.
yeah.
We want the cheapest way out. We look for the cheapest way out. CAICEDO is a player that gets us over the line and into the next few years. This is why you pay the top dollars. I mean, it is absolutely scandalous that we are sat here. We have wasted 16 days. We got one player. We got two. There's another one that's still trying to get sorted out from my understanding. And then you got the main problem, which should have been the first problem that we solved. Then I come home. I'm driving home today. I turn on the good brother Curtis Shaw and I hear Jorginho is on the way or possibly on the way. 31-year-old Jorginho. That is like someone telling me, well, Matt, we're not going to let you get the 2021 Honda, but we do have a 1996 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme. Buick Skylark. We can let you get one of those. Y'all remember the Ford Tauruses in the 90s?
Yep.
The Fiestas? Anybody? Gary, for those
go
old school.
go a little bit further
Hey,
back.
Oh,
Don't you
the Fiats, the Fiero. Y'all remember the Fiero? That's what we are. We
I
go
was
get
go with a geo tracker or something.
Geo Tracker, the Scion TS. You know, Oldsmobile 98. I could just name them off. Box Chevy. Hey, Gary, for us black folk in the hood, deuce and a quarter.
Yeah.
Hey,
Bro,
I know
I'm telling you, we go get what was hot yesteryear, and then we bring it in and sell it as something that's new. He failed. Why are we constantly associated with Chelsea's trash? Hey man, hey, what y'all doing? What y'all doing with Jorginho? Oh man, we bought that a couple years. We're not doing anything with that, man.
That's William 2.0.
Hey, take it home with you. Take it home with you.
Sure.
William
Let's say hello to
2.0,
everybody
man.
before we get into it. But hello, Thunder Road has joined us. Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'll try Saul. Call me crazy, but I'll try to get him playing again. I'll see about that. What else we got in here? Anybody else? Oh, yep. Got a small group today, but we'll keep it rolling. Chelsea is Bluto, and we ain't getting olive oil.
We don't have enough spinach. Not enough spinach. I don't understand.
I don't know. Which time are they talking about?
Well, Barking is near where I live, so I know. You are Thunder Road, you motherfucker. Sorry. Pardon my language. Sorry. Pardon my language, everyone. I apologize.
I think we've heard worse from you on a Monday.
See, look at BX Gunner says he'll take Jorginho for 6 months. That's the problem. It won't be for 6 months because Arsenal doesn't do that type of business that way. Right.
It's William 2.0.
Oh yeah, the Saturn. Remember the Saturn when it first came out? That was the car everybody wanted. Yeah. If it's nothing or Jorginho, then I'll take it. What if it's 20 mil for Jorginho? Would you take it as opposed to just pay the extra 10 mil and get CAICEDO?
You're asking me that, Gary?
No, this is to Stan and everybody else. You know what I mean? If you're gonna spend the extra money on a player that 20 mil for what?
That's what I think about that 20 million and Jorginho.
You know, you're supposed to send me that. Can we hear it again? Because I missed it.
Let me get a little volume here for y'all.
There you go. For those who don't know.
Let me get you sorted out here. I'm telling you, boy, that is the new trend center right here. That's all you could do when you see how Arsenal reacts in the transfer window. Everybody else is just rolling. Leagues of signing up players left and right. You got Chelsea just bottoming out. They're just dropping it like it's hot, and then Arsenal is just, we'll just that little meme where the young man is the little dog is sitting in the house is on fire. Oh, everything's all right, no problem, brother. We are at the top of the freaking table. We're supposed to be sewing it up to get everything over the line.
True. Let me say hello to people in the chat and give Mr. Tom and Tony a little bit of chatter time here.
I was enjoying Matt's sermon.
I know. But Sam, welcome to the show. Yeah, Big Scott, the experience is good. He wins things. He's in the thick of it. It's got to be given credit. Yeah, no. You know, one thing I heard today, I don't know if this is you guys agree or not. Taib has joined us. Welcome. Seeing some people are due out. No, he's not. He's no Bambi. He's definitely no zombie. But one thing he on the ball at his feet. I believe he's comparable to what we would get out of a Partey. Off the ball, where Partey may cover some space. He's too old for that right now, and that's gonna so. Defensively, we're not going to get the kind of, the defense in front of the protection in front of our back line. So I'm not sure if you guys agree with that statement. I haven't looked at him enough to know, but he is definitely older, and he is definitely probably slower, right?
I agree. I agree with what Stan said 100%.
Yeah.
I agree 100% with what Stan the man said. 100%. I stand behind
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. This one is better because he actually is a Premier League player. So you don't even have to worry about, well, will he be able to acclimate to the league? Nah, he's already doing it. Now he's starting now. So, Mr. Tom, what do you say about that?
Oh, I don't care about Arsenal.
All right. So, Tony.
I'll take Tom's spot since he doesn't care.
Let Tony have a say.
I'll let Matt go.
Everybody wants to hear you. I'm
So-
on the one.
No, I got one
be
thing.
the Southern
I'll say it.
gentleman and let Matt go.
Oh, one thing actually.
Shut up, Tom. Let Matt go.
Let Tom speak.
Go ahead, Mr. Tom.
Who names you speaker designated Tony Turner?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Tony was trying to run the show again?
Yeah. When you were saying who Arsenal are in this situation with the negotiation, it popped in red. You're actually a contestant on The Apprentice. And the reason I say that is because they, in the English one last week, they happened doing the negotiation task. Coincidentally enough.
They still have that show?
9 items. Sorry, Tony?
They still have that show?
Yeah, still in England, it's still a thing. It's quite popular. Anyway, they buy the 9 items. The team that buys them for the cheapest wins. Simple as that. But the negotiating part of it, that is very Arsenal-like, as Matt was describing, was they turn up and say like the vendor goes, these AirPods are £100. That £100 in the rules is the starting point. They can't buy them for £100. They have to get them for less than £100. But then Arsenal, the contestant, will turn around and go, can you do it for 35? Obviously they can't, and they're not prepared to. They want 100. But then they'll basically go 50, and they'll go 100. 55, 100. And then eventually they'll convince them to sell them for 99, and they'll turn around to Alan Sugar and go, I managed to get £1 off, Lord Sugar. That's Arsenal.
We are desperate of getting business done. We have got to be the worst club to deal, one of the worst clubs in Europe to deal with. This CAICEDO deal not only sets us straight for this year, but it prepares us as Partey and Xhaka are both getting up in age. If you buy cheap, you buy twice. If you buy cheap, you buy twice. Just spend the freaking money. You know he's a Premier League proven player. He's not only a Premier League proven player, he's a Premier League proven player with quality. In any other year, you would have Chelsea knocking down the door. You would have United knocking down the door. You're probably going to have Liverpool knocking down the door. City's probably going to retool. Newcastle is starting to splash it. Aston Villa's got money to spend. Leicester City has got money to spend. Once Leeds get sorted out, they'll start spending a little cash. So if Arsenal thinks that these players, these quality players are just going to be sitting out there and that these clubs are just going to bend over and say, we'll just take whatever you throw at the table, you're out of your mind. You're out of your mind. I'm telling you this, and I'm going to tell you all this. And I mean this. If Edu does not get the job done tomorrow, the heat needs to be turned up on him 100%. If I was Mikel Arteta, I would call him out. Because at some point, see, I hadn't jumped on the manager because the manager didn't have anything to do with this. I honestly believe he has said, these are the players that I want. He goes out and then he plays the role. Yeah, we went out and, they're playing hardball XYZ. And then you look up and you see a player you want to go into another team. Edu has consistently left us late. He's consistently left us late. I told y'all he did this in August with Luis. I mean, this has to stop, y'all. Liverpool is supposed to be losing their the sporting director. I think he's leaving after this year. You need to be knocking down the door to get him. You need to be getting someone that's competent that can get people over the line. because at this stage, if it doesn't get done tomorrow, y'all. By the way, for those who don't know, me and Gary will be over on my channel tomorrow, and we're going to be talking transfer deadline day tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let me tell you something: if I get on there with you tomorrow, Gary, and we have not done the deal, or we coming in, they're bringing in some guy from Lithuania that we know nothing about from Jerusalem. And if that happens tomorrow, there will be a special type of rant that I hadn't had to do since last season, because I have had it with us dithering and skinny pinching pennies, flea market tactics. I am tired of this. We are the Arsenal. We are at the top of the league. This is a golden opportunity for us to move forward. Enough is enough with this, man. Enough is enough. We were supposed to be coming on today talking about the FA Cup and the signings that we made last week and preparing for next week. And what are we talking about? We're talking about Arsenal being cheap again. If we don't sign somebody, they'll announce a soccer deal to make everybody feel good about themselves, and then they'll release a hideous kit like they did last week, and then the circle repeats itself. And then we'll start hearing judge them in May. Rumors of signings in the summer. We don't have time for this, people. This is a golden opportunity for us to win this title. I really want us to win the title, because all I heard this past weekend was, well, we really want to challenge for the Premier League. Well, if we really want to challenge for the Premier League title, then let's do the transfer window is a vital piece to that window, correct? It's a vital piece to the window. We saw this last season. Gary, we all sat here and had this discussion last season. And we said, well, if we need to get the business over the line, because if we want to get fourth place, then we've got to do it.
Stan's not liking your tactic.
I'm a Virgo. I keep it real. We bring the hammer.
Yeah.
We bring the hammer.
I'll be right.
At least we'll get into it here, but part of my my displeasure, I guess, with what's going on is I don't. We saw it, like you said, the first 14 days of the window, we went after one player. Finally, it fell through, and within 2 days, 3 days, we had two more players come in, which to me means that they had it seems, at least a plan B for that position, and then the next position on their list, center back, which isn't high priority, at least going into the season. We knew we needed to have somebody behind Partey. We knew this since Partey's come into this team.
Discontent at Brighton.
Huh?
They planned for a player to fall. They planned for a player to fall out of favour at Brighton.
No,
that was
they had. I think he was having problems long before the window started, if I recall. There was chatter about that. That wasn't something that just happened the day before we picked him up. That had happened a while back. So if they were planning and they had options ahead of them, he would have been one of those options, because I believe Trossard's name came up multiple times when we were talking about the window. So yeah, he wasn't available like in November, but as it got closer to the window, he was available. Yeah.
Yeah,
and it was a name that's come up with Arsenal, because the last time we played him, he was pretty good. And the fact that Brighton was also, seemed open to letting some of their players go, that would have been a name that's come across the table. So yeah, maybe not as easy to pick up as it was, but definitely on a list. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. And Jacob pickup, I guess that sounds like something they've done themselves, right? But for me, support behind Partey and Xhaka, high priority. All right. And I don't think I don't think that's a good plan B if you're going for CAICEDO, right? Based on what could be what's available out there, right? If you're thinking of Plan B, I think you could probably do better than Georgino. I think that seems more desperation than all right. Well, we had a plan. First option didn't go, so we're gonna go with the second one, right? Because you see it all the time. You see stuff and you go, well, look, they had a plan and they went with it and they just finished it off, right? This one doesn't seem like it, and this one once again is a critical position because same thing last January. If Partey's out, we're going to be in trouble, right? We get warning shots about it, right? We get warning shots about, you know what? Maybe you should think about him, right? But we knew this coming into the season. We knew this at the end of we knew all these things. This could be an issue for us. Yeah, I agree with us leaving it late. Chelsea got the carry on and loan last day of summer transfer window while we struck out on Douglas Luiz. Now we'll pay Chelsea for a 31-year-old Jorginho. They win. Yeah. And for me, that's putting a lot of trust into Sambi, and I didn't see anything at the end of the season from Sambi that led me to believe he would be the answer. And I don't think anybody's seen anything from him this season to say, yeah, he's improved and it's going to work.
I agree, man.
I see this is a comparison of what Jorginho is. He's that pit bull with a huge neck, the ring around his neck, the chain around his neck. He might be a dog, but he's a lot older now. He's got gray hairs, right, in that beard.
He is an old shepherd that used to hunt, an old lab that ran in the fields years ago. For my UK brethren, he's an old Vizsla.
Yep.
Out of gas. He's retired. That greyhound has ran the last race.
Yeah.
Hey, Gary, we've seen this. Gary, we need to stop this. We need to stop this. People need to stop this. We saw this. What with Willian? Do y'all want to go back down that path with Willian? How was Willian?
Arsenal's not going to pay $20 million for a player for 6 months. That's not going to happen. I can't see that happening right now. As I recall, it's $20 million to bring him in. I don't know if that
you wouldn't even pay 90 for a player for 8 years.
That's why at the beginning I said, you know, I'd rather spend the extra 10 million that was short on CAICEDO than the 20 on Jorginho. You know,
I'm not saying you should. My point ain't that you should have paid for Madrid. That wasn't my point.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
For 6 months.
Yeah, we're all in agreement on this, so that we should pay the money for CAICEDO. Yeah. And the standard man's right too on that. Why are we lining their pockets? Why are we lining Chelsea's pockets? Why are we taking their problems off their hands?
True.
They're already lining.
We got to stop this. We got to stop this.
Also, there is, you know, we're already. I didn't like it because it came out during the January window, but there's always the talk. All right, we're going to go for Rice in the summer. If you're going to go for Rice in the summer, then why not get CAICEDO now? All right. And then if you're going to get Rice in the summer, now you've got, because they're not going to do 2 big deals in the summer.
No, we're not
80 more, you know.
Yeah.
So if you're going to spend a big one in January and it's available, just do it.
Just do it to be true.
I get this, BS Gunner, but 20 mil for a 30-year-old?
No, not 30. I'm not paying that for 30.
Hey, Christian, welcome to the show, Ian. How you doing?
No. Yeah. I'm sorry, BX. I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that. Just absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, Chris Cheddars. Now I've seen 20 mil as what Chelsea's asking for, 15 to 20 mil fee, I guess, to break. I don't know what that's for, but I was at 10 to 15. It's still a lot of money.
Argue that if you got Trossard with 6 months left of 28, why wouldn't you pay 20 for someone that's actually won trophies? That's what they're going to argue. I'm not saying it's right. That's how they're going to justify asking for 20.
Pay the $80 million with the $2 million extra for a service fee, and bring the man in. He call their bluff. It's one thing, like I told you, Gary. It's one thing to put the $82 million or $80 million down, and they say no.
Yep.
Then to not say put the money down. Stan, I actually think in today's inflated market, we all know this. Me, you, Gary, all of us, everybody on this panel knows that this transfer market is inflated. A player that's Premier League proven that's good is going to cost money. It's going to cost money. There's no way around it. Now, he did allude to something earlier, Stan, and did in the chat about we need to buy, we need to sell so that we can buy. We've got a lot of players on this team that need to be moved on. Even if you can get 5 million, 10 million, Gary, think about it. If you drop 70 million, you go to the table with 70 million. You sell 2 players. You can't tell me we got 2 players that we can get 5 million a piece from, and get the extra 10 million and get it over the line. Yeah, I mean, I'm seeing a lot of buying, but now that Stan's brought that up, I'm not seeing a lot of selling.
Yeah, well, we never do that, right? And
It'd be fucking stupid to accept your first bid.
yeah, not when they've told the world what they're looking for, right? Because as you said, he's not even. They didn't want to sell him. It wasn't like a player they called up and said, "You guys, interested?" Mm-hmm. So when you're like, this is no different than the White deal, except for Chelsea. That's the difference. Chelsea and Arsenal, basically, as you said, nickel and diamond, putting in small bids and boosting the price up closer to what Shakhtar Donetsk wanted, and then Chelsea coming in and blowing it out of the water. Yeah, what is that you got there?
A quarter.
There you go.
Nickel and diamond.
Is that your opening bid?
Yeah.
I mean, that's Arsenal's opening bid. It's enough is enough, man. Enough is enough. If they don't want the player, they need to come out and say, you know what, we're prepared not to pay more than that. Yeah. Move on and find a reputable player that's a decent player that we can come in. I don't want to hear this about Jorginho at 31 years old.
Yeah, I didn't understand when they.
I just don't want to hear
when they told CAICEDO to, go home, basically, while the window's going on. What would you do there if you don't have a small inkling or even some kind of thought that maybe this player will be gone? That doesn't make any sense, right? I mean,
not only that, Gary, to back you up on that, why did you not play him this weekend?
They're daring you to bid.
Yeah. If Arsenal would have went to the table, I honestly believe if Arsenal went to that table, the first bid $75 million. I mean, it's basically now it's down to, what do you need? What do you need? Y'all need some new goalposts over there at the training ground. What you need? You need a couple of balls, a couple of water bottles. What you need? What you need? We'll throw it in there. You want a puppy or two, a mascot to run around the yards? What you need? What you need? We'll find a way to make it happen. That's what you be at.
Dummy stick figure guys.
Yeah. I mean, at some point, this needs to be sorted out in the next 6 hours.
Yeah.
This needs to be sorted out. When we wake up in the morning, we need to wake up and we need to see some business done.
Sure.
Yes. Yeah. And it's kind of weird going for Jorginho too, considering that Juventus has midfielders you can go pluck from their fire sale, plus a striker they're willing to sell too. That was our number one target this time last year.
Yeah, but it's not our target this year. Targets change. We wanted a winger this year.
It has to be Saka not wanting to sign. It has to be.
Why do they have to have Saka signed right now?
Gary, they've been doing it.
No, why do they have to have that done? Like for me, I don't like the fact that they spread themselves too thin sometimes doing things. Saka is not high priority in the January window. Not in the January window. December, February, yes. But in the January window, you need to be bringing players in, not signing players that aren't going anywhere for at least another year and a half, right?
Can you say that one more time for me, Gary? That sounded so good, I want to hear it again. Say it again, Gary. Say it again, bro.
The January window, let's get players for now.
There's one problem with that, Gary.
What's the problem?
We started the negotiating with October 2021. Now it's damn near
I
February.
hear what you're saying, but it's not an issue for us right now.
What
right
Tony?
now,
What
for
Tony?
31 days, for 31 days from January 1st to the 31st, soccer isn't high priority for us, or else we're wasting the window, and we've already seemed like we've wasted at least half of it, if not more.
I agree 100% with what Gary said there. This deal, they're talking about bringing soccer over. Let's just be frank. That deal is probably done and dusted. They just probably just sitting there holding it. Like I told you, if nothing gets done tomorrow, you're gonna look up and you're gonna see, just like how you see, if you go to their website right now over to Arsenal, you're gonna see just how they got Jakob over there. You're gonna see soccer. 5-year extension.
And then they're going to have Martinelli. It wouldn't be soccer, man.
They're going to have a video.
Why you do me like that, Ryan? Why are you doing me that?
I thought it. You know what? When I read it first, I thought it was like make a play on words, which it is a play on words. But
of course, it is a play on words, play on numbers as well. For anyone who didn't know, the Arsenal ladies played the Leeds ladies in the 4th round of the FA Women's Cup, and it finished 9-0 to Arsenal.
I watched some of the highlights of that. 9 is, they're lucky it's only 9.
You know. Yeah, well, of course we were. You know what though, right? Leeds showed it on the Leeds YouTube page and the Twitter page, and I'm sitting there like, I'm sitting there. Why aren't you cutting the feed? Like, why aren't you pretending this never happened? Like, when it started, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna score 10. I'm never gonna read the end of this if they score 10. Like, 9's embarrassing, but I can stomach 9. 10 is like when can you actually fit it on a scoreboard? Yeah. Do you have the room to do it? Sort of thing.
There's almost 9 different players could have scored in that match. We need to beat City on the 15th.
And that's the last I'm gonna speak
for
of it.
sure. All right.
Congratulations.
At this point, I'm hoping that we have a surprise for us. We're doing well, but this transfer window might be make or break. Yeah, no, I would like a surprise tomorrow. I don't know where it's coming from, but I think Jorginho, worst case, is better than Sambi. But if you're looking at CAICEDO, you should just get it done, man. Just get it done. If a player extends with us, huh?
This was a rare weekend for the trip.
Why?
It's probably the first time in the 44 episode history of the trip that your team lost and my team won.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Because it's usually the other way around, if we're being honest.
Don't forget how we ended the season last year, Tom.
No, well, yeah. Tony just has to bring up all this bad stuff.
No, because even when we won at Brentford on the final day, you put 5 past Everton, or was that like that?
Hit that next chat there from Stan. Did y'all see that kit last week? Did you see that hideous kit that didn't quite see
it? I didn't see it.
Oh my Lord. It looked like, hold on, let me see if I can find it for you. Woo,
if you put it in the thing there, I can share it. But yeah, I hope we're not talking about a new hoodie this week. Did you see that Cancelo? Is it Cancelo? Is out. So they got their backup. Was he a left wing back? Left back. So
it's a bit. Oh, he makes me laugh. Sorry.
Yeah.
Even unintentionally hilarious, like, Cancelo's gone see you fuck now.
Yeah. Nah.
I'm sorry. Just yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's Chelsea, the crazy part. We got Chelsea, so it's a battle of the battle for the top there. We wants to try and get 2 wins. Yeah, one of his teams won, so he should be good.
I'll subscribe to his show and everything, and he's out here at 10 past 1 in the morning, just throwing haymakers at me. Unbelievable, yeah. Ryan.
You're the only member of friends. You're the only paid member he has.
I know. He deserves it, though. He does a lot of streams. It's fun. Something to listen to.
Yeah.
It's fun. Anyway,
So Tony does have 2 dogs. I was wondering about if we had 2 dogs because I only used to see the one, but I think it was yesterday I saw both dogs. So they just don't hang out at the same time, it seems.
One of them's barking right now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think if we go strong, we'll be fine. Because we were strong and we were like, had like what 5 players out. So
yeah, join his show, Tony.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Here you
Oh, you shared it. Okay, so here we go. We're just gonna add it to the stream. So that's
look
that.
at-
What in the world is that? Are those pockets? Because that's the only reason. I want some pockets. I put my hands in my pockets or something like that. Is that what that is?
And this is supposed to be like the new range they're supposed to be coming out with. And look at this, man.
That is terrible. I
that
don't. What
looks
is
like-
that?
That look like a mark. That look like the designs that you throw it out. That you're like, okay, we're not going to go with that. That looked like somebody found the sheets from 1994 and say, you know what? Grab those old markups from '94 and let's re-release them as a new range for the fans. They'll like this.
No, this is a Chinese knockoff of that version. Those like $15 kits you can get. $20.
This is what you call something you would cut the grass in. This is a man on his lawnmower with the ball of water.
That looks like when you're on your yacht. I mean, it looks like a flag for your yacht, and it has like the little symbols on it. That's what that looks like. Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. For those who know, the Tommy Hilfiger. Yeah. So
if you know, you know.
So I'm gonna hide this thing. Let me see what I do here. Here we go. We'll just go back to our usual. That should do it. All right, we're still here. If Stan says if no CAICEDO, then Jorginho and Tielemans, I find it. If they did that,
if you did Tielemans, if you come to the table with Tielemans, because I can work with that.
Yeah,
which I'm still shocked about. They still hadn't made a move on that. But if you can bring in Tielemans, I can get with that.
No, that would be good. That helps us out in the midfield, right? We got a lot of answers for our midfield. If we did that, that would be good. And Tielemans will stay around. Jorginho most likely will be gone. But yeah, that's a throwback template from the '90s. Adidas used. Yeah, I think he said it looks rank. Yeah, it don't smell right. I don't smell right about it. So Bayern got to use it. So that's good for us, right? Yeah. So we talked about our transfer.
I'm gonna get ready to scoot out of here, man.
All right, no problem.
Tomorrow, everybody, once again, come join the Southern Guna, me and Gary, and working on getting brother Anthony Tony Guna Claude on, and we're gonna be talking this transfer window. We'll talk about the business that was done. We'll also talk about the upcoming parts of the season. Tomorrow morning, I will be on, American time, 9 a.m., UK time, 2 p.m. I will be on with Arsenal, with Jez over at Arsenal History and More. We'll be talking. I'm sure Jez is going to be thrilled about the transfer dealings tomorrow morning. If y'all thought I had a rant, you just wait till tomorrow. So we'll be talking that. So make sure y'all join me. I will be checking you all out as I continue to work. Love everybody in the chat. Thank y'all so much.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Brother.
We'll see you on the next one. I'll see you tomorrow, actually.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. So I saw this this tweet, which was interesting. It says Arsenal spent the day deliberating whether to make a third offer for Moises Caicedo amid fears they would damage their relationship with Brighton if they submitted an improved bid. There is a recognition a further offer may strain relations between the club. What? They're deliberating whether to set an improved bid because it may strain their relationship. The first bid strained their relationship.
Yeah, I would have been like, it's basically like our valuation is 80. Let's say whatever. Not obviously totally clued up on this, but I get the impression the valuation is 80, and you turn around and went 60, and they're basically like, no, the valuation is 80. Again, like on The Apprentice, same thing. And they get really angry at them because they're like, are you taking the piss?
Yeah. So I don't understand how an improved bid would strain the relationship if it's the number that they want, especially after
Exactly.
the first two bids were not what they wanted, and they keep saying they
What-
don't want to sell, and now they've actually
Hmm.
said they've told the player stay away. And if you don't improve the bid to what they want, then now, yeah, it's strained. It's already strained as it is.
To be fair to Brighton on
Yeah.
this, and as I said before, I hate being fair to Brighton because they're not my favourite club. But at the end of the day, they can still not want to sell the player, but they've obviously got to begrudgingly accept that once he's come out on Instagram with basically pouring his heart out about his family and his responsibilities and the fact that it's genuinely an opportunity for him, they're basically, their arms are tied. Like, you can't keep him after that as such, because then you're the guy that's in front of. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure he's not a poor man right now. Even though I've heard he's on like 3K a week. I mean, I'd struggle on 3K a week personally because obviously I lunch at the Shard, but as we established in previous road trips. But for him, that, I'm guessing you would instantly, what would he get at Arsenal? Like, just pick a number. Like, it
60
instantly,
probably,
that
60,
would be,
70.
I was going to
easy.
say, but it would instantly be 30 minimum, and even then 30 sounds low for Arsenal.
Yeah, I can't see it 30, but it definitely would be a lot more. Whatever they're saying that he makes up to, maybe he'll make his current contract would make him up to about 4 or 5 million, 4 or 5K a week. So Arsenal more than likely will. I can see 50 easy, but probably 60, 70 based on what they need. Yeah.
Probably
Yeah,
not, Stan,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean they have to sell to you just because you offered 60 and you want him.
Yeah. No,
That
I mean,
sounds
I don't think Arsenal is in a position to negotiate too much, right? Because they've showed their hand multiple times. They show their hand at least in this window, right? That they will keep going up and up, and more likely get to the number that you want. So that's and that's when you basically say
I don't know.
they want 80, here's 70, and you have 24
I'm not
hours,
saying
whatever,
that
and we
60
move
is
on.
not a lot of money and not a big profit. That's not what I've
Mhm.
said. It's obviously a big profit.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mhm.
reality is they had no intention of selling him until he came out and opened his mouth. At which point they're
Sure.
obviously like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But they're
Yeah,
still in the position where they don't have to, because they've made massive money on other transfers.
Yeah.
it's just funny when they say they have no interest in selling him, and they
Yeah.
say him this weekend.
They are essentially a top-level loan system in the sense that, like, allegedly you're sending out Marquinhos to Norwich, I've heard, right?
Yep.
And so you're sending him out to get first-team experience, right?
Yep.
Ostensibly. And basically what Brighton are doing is they're sourcing these players, bringing them in cheap, and then offloading them to you guys, like the Big Six, for a staggering amount of money. But they're essentially doing what the loan system in England does in reverse, and they profit from it big time.
True. And for just a little aside here, for those who didn't know, Shirley from Laverne and Charity has passed away. Cindy Williams, for those who knew her by her name. Yep, 75. So
I remember
okay.
watching that show, but I don't remember anything about it.
I just remember the skipping when they go and I forgot. Did they work at? I worked at some factory, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a brewery.
What's
Yeah.
Laverne and Shirley?
Huh?
What's
Laverne
Laverne
and
and
Shirley.
Shirley?
It's a
It's a
sitcom.
sitcom,
It's like back in the days of like Happy Days. Yeah, like Laverne and Shirley at Three's Company, all of those. So Laverne and Shirley is one
Late,
of the
What's
one of the
Three's
late
shows.
Company?
70s, early 80s show.
Just another show from back in the 80s, man.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah, rest in peace to her. Yeah. Yeah, you see, they brought a replacement. I saw they brought a player in, but it doesn't seem, at least from, I'm going on Twitter, of course, is my source, but it doesn't seem like that's making a difference. Because you would have thought,
Yeah, but
all right,
it's probably another Venezuelan under 21 that they bought for like a $5.
yeah,
And they'll pull him off for about 28 million
true.
at least.
So you would have thought if they brought him in that they would be okay, but then I saw some reports that say they're still not. They don't want to let him go because they don't have the support.
Obviously, I don't like them because I'm jealous. They've surpassed my team and they've done it in an ingenious way. But they and Brentford are basically Moneyball in football, like the closest you can get to it. Because obviously it's a lot harder to do in football than in baseball in terms of, because your talent pool's a lot wider in football, and the data you would need to keep is probably more extensive, I'd imagine.
Yeah, for baseball and football and stuff for sure. Because baseball, you got like 30 players, but then you've got a.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Stan.
Yeah.
Norwich are going to basically test for you whether Marquinhos is good enough to play against adults.
Yeah. No, but okay, but
how good or bad? That's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Question though, if CAICEDO's, he was 4 million, but when? Right.
It would have been recent. No, it must.
It's not the same as Lukonga, because for me, it's not the same as Lukonga because we knew within the first year of having Lukonga, he wasn't gonna fit into any position immediately. CAICEDO, based on at least what we're seeing, is all right. So I don't know. For me, it's a little bit.
They bought him in February 2021. However, they did loan him out in August 2021 for, I think it was a season-long loan. So he'd actually only been.
And you know what? He got probably the playing time that he needed, hopefully, on that loan, which is what Sambi needs right now. So I don't think it's the exact same thing. Sambi, you would have thought, coming from Anderlecht and being a captain, would have looked a little bit different in our system.
Do you know how many Premier League games he's played? How many Premier League games he's played?
28, I guess.
Nope, less.
17.
No, more. It's 26. 26 Premier League appearances.
Yeah. Got Colonel Ward has joined us. Welcome to the show, Colonel Ward. Got Kyle Walsh Gunner joining us. Welcome. Wait a second. Hold on to that thought. Kyle Walsh Gunner, welcome to the show as well. We're acting like a small club again, going for this Chelsea reject, or are we going to act like a big club and go get our target man and win the league? It's not heads need to roll. I hear you. What'd you say, Mr. Tom?
Just saying, 26 appearances, and they paid 4 million for him. And ostensibly, they're going to get close to the 80 they want. It sounds like.
Well, they should. It should, that deal, that 80 million, whatever they need, should already be in the mail, as they say, in the email or whatever, however they communicate. That should be like in the morning. They've approved it, or they said no, and 80 was never the number, but they did all this for nothing. So
I'll put it another way. He's played more matches for Ecuador than he has in the Premier League.
Yeah, that's right. He's 28. I think it's 28 to 26, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's where I got the 28
right,
from.
There is a part of that though, Tom. 15% of that goes to his former club.
Does it matter though?
I'm just saying
that's part of the club.
No, but that's why they want 80, right? Because they want to get whatever that 60 plus is to make it, worth their while, I guess, to sell them. Yeah. Kamavinga money
I guess
up.
But like Stan, he's not wrong in saying it's like they've bought the replacement. But because they buy them so cheap comparatively for the profit they make on them, they would happily sit on both out of spite. And no, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. Like, of course they're not gonna not sell him to you for 80 million out of spite. That's not what I'm saying. Of course they would. I just mean in terms of it's not so cut and dry that just because they've bought the replacement, because they obviously cash in enough that they can afford to keep both. If you get what I mean.
True. No, I hear you, Big Gun, as far as paying Kamavinga money, but it's not. It's the money and the salary as well, right? And those big players as well. Arsenal's not there yet. They're not there yet to get Kamavingas, right? They're not there yet. That's what we're trying to do. But you're gonna have to spend a little. I always say you got to spend a little to make a little, to make a lot. So, no, it is a what you call it, a tainted amount, but it is what it is.
If you do buy him for 80 million, he will have earned Brighton 3 million and basically 3 million for every appearance he made for Brighton in terms of money back.
If Arsenal gets him and they have to utilize him and they're able to win the league with it, nobody will care. That's what. And you know what? If they don't win the league, he's going to be there for a while anyway. So they've got a player in the midfield that they're going to keep around for 5 to 10 years, right?
Well, hopefully, it won't be 26 appearances.
Well, yeah. But he does give some security, and he can start matches for you.
More importantly, I've got something that's going to make your night, Tony. I'm convinced.
Oh boy, I don't know what that means.
Plan this out.
I don't know what that means.
Not just crisp of the week. Not just crisp of the week, all right? Because let's be fair, I'm running out of crisps.
Okay? So here we go. Something new's coming to us. Yeah, the players acting out. I don't like that. That isn't one Arsenal players, right? Like, I don't get how. One, you look at the Arsenal program, process, whatever. They communicate with you and say they want to bring you into the club, and then you go out and you post things on the Instagram, right? Yep. Like, Arteta won't do that, and that's not how he seems to work. So it is crazy how that's happening, because they don't need to do that, right? Arsenal wanted you in the first place. You don't need to push it anymore. Get Jorginho in, and in the summer try for Joshua Kimmich and
He won't be Leeds on Football Manager. He does streams on Football Manager, right? And I watched some of them. It's not bad, right? But he's Leicester, and he wouldn't be Leeds, and I was upset.
I watched a little bit of it last night? Yeah, I think it was last night I watched it. And I listened to him. Yeah. So, Colonel, what I did,
constantly giving him poor advice.
Oh, you give
to see if he'll take it.
I can't give any advice. I don't know enough of that stuff. Yeah, right. It's not that they're definitely backing him. I just don't think the approach is pretty good of what they do sometimes. I mean, I don't see how it's a club that can find like I said, a Tomiyasu can't find other players to fill other spots in the squad. You know what I mean? Yeah, like the Sandro Tonali. Yeah.
Problem you have to remember is that we scrapped our scouting department. We have all these lawyers and stuff that's in charge of the player acquisitions. There are not enough football people, so that's part of it.
Yeah, but they found Tomiyasu. They went and got Zinchenko. They got Jesus. Right?
Yeah, but he coached those players before.
They didn't coach Tomiyasu. I don't think he coached Ben White. Right? He didn't coach Ramsdale. Right? So, I mean, yes, there are some relationships there, but there are players that we picked up that haven't had any relationship with anybody in the club. Right? Because it seemed like we were just going for Brazilian players or players from City that had some relationship with Arteta, right?
Yep.
But I think we're doing better about that. Yeah. So what is this, Mr. Tom? If we get CAICEDO, we're bringing out the chicken and chips flavored crisps.
He said the magic word.
Yeah.
Unleash the graphic, please.
All right. At least the graphic. Here we go, people. It's that time. Mr. Tom wants to get into it.
And got crispy chicken.
Crispy chicken as opposed to chicken and chips flavored crispy chicken.
But right, more important than that, I can't eat these first. It will taint the flavour of the next experiment, and it is an experiment. In honour of the 2023 Royal Rumble, which many of us have actually seen, there was a contest following the men's Royal Rumble match. I believe it was called the Mountain Dew Pitch Black Match, otherwise known as Neon Glow in the Dark Weirdness. And I've never drunk Mountain Dew in my entire life, so I went and got myself a bottle of Mountain Dew Citrus. Citrus.
I don't think that's the right. You should have just went with the regular.
That was all they had, right? Come on, now, it's England. So I'm going to try Mountain Dew for the first time. Oh, sorry, Tony. Go on.
Gary?
Yes, sir.
The American Mountain Dew is going to that citrus. They're trying to copy the flavor of Sprite. So
I know, that's why I don't like it. Like Mountain Dew had its own flavor. It wasn't Sprite, it wasn't 7-Up, it had its own flavor. You knew it. That was Mountain Dew. That's like getting Mr. Tibbs, you know what it's gonna be,
But it's gonna be one of those things that they do this different formula, then they'll bring it back and they'll sell tons of it, like I did with Coke too. Yeah. Bring back Coca-Cola Classic.
So have you tried the KFC flavored crisps, Mr. Tom?
I've heard of them, but I've not tried them. All right. I thought this was going to be awful. But...
All right, so here we go. Let's see. Milana dipping. We could attempt to not in the summer. Yeah. As champions. Yeah, I mean, I see my here's what I care. Here's what I care about in the summer. I don't care about anything right now. So is this
not proper Mountain Dew then?
That isn't proper. No.
It will be. That's what ours is going to taste like.
That doesn't make any. That's like stupid. That's like changing the flavor of Coke because maybe it sells across the world. I know it's probably cheaper to do.
Don't you remember that? Or would you
but the wrestling made me think that if I drank this, I'd then glow in the dark.
No, the original one you would, because you would be able to. You'll go, ooh, this is a different kind of flavor.
Don't you know how much Coke they sold when they brought back original Coke after Coke 2?
Oh, so
I guess that's a good marketing ploy, right?
Powers then.
Yeah. So we forgot Arsenal women beating Leeds 9-0. We need a positive result and what is this? And there at the bottom.
He wanted you to put it in the crawl at the bottom.
I should have done that. But you know what?
I'm not sure if it would be X.
We'll do that.
Oh, BX. Tomorrow, I think
was Arsenal home?
Is starting again, so I can send you your program tomorrow. I believe.
Was Arsenal home? I forget.
No, I think it was at Leeds.
Let's see what it says here. FA Cup women. Where are you at?
We don't need to acknowledge that anyway. Like, why? Why do we need to acknowledge?
It says Arsenal were home, so.
Oh well, then that definitely makes it. Why you won 9-0 with home advantage.
All right, so we'll put that out there, Colonel Ward, just so you'll feel happy. I need to make sure all my fans are happy. I know I might upset Mr. Tom. Right. Let's do the crisp. Let's hit it.
Sufficiently Mountain Dew, okay?
Yeah, let's do it.
Not as bad as I thought it'd be. I actually thought it was going to taste like feet.
Yeah, no. That's why you needed the original, because then you might say that.
For people who forgot, crispy chicken, all right?
Crispy chicken, Chris. Let's get into it, and so we can get back to some football chat.
Tastes like chicken.
The assembled has joined us. Welcome to the show.
Did you know that Tony's jacket has, Tony's shirt has never declared that anything tasted like chicken, not even chicken.
And yeah, you know what? What's going on? You got on a regular shirt, a t-shirt today. Does that mean you're feeling better?
No, just more comfortable.
Okay. But is it awkward to put on a t-shirt now?
Yeah, it hurts to
Okay.
lift up the left arm still.
That is true what Stan said last.
Well, I was trying to get to let's put the ticker on so we can see the scores again, and then we'll go through these chats. We'll get to the assemble. Welcome to the show. He has not tried a KFC chips, but it sounds like something we might want to see him do. Mr. Tom, we send you the Chris that don't pass testing. There you go. If we get CAICEDO, we'll be busting it out. If we get that, we're able to get that thing done. I think we'll be feeling good about ourselves. Yeah, Mr. Tom. You know what? That's not the regular Mountain Dew, so he might be able to fall asleep. So we'll see. Oh, the Funyuns. Oh, that requires a show, Mr. Stan the man. If you do that, Sprite beats 7-Up. You're right. Yeah, Sprite definitely has them. And Chernobyl, you're right about that. It is a color that you're like, wow, I did not understand a soda could look that color. So, yeah. That's why it's in the green bottle so you don't see it. So can they send you soda, Mr. Tom, through customs?
You can't see this, but I can see all you through a little hole in the crisp.
That is just not really
sorry,
what.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Can they send you
hole.
soda?
There's a tiny hole. Sorry.
Speaking of those types of drinks, the one I really like is Mellow Yellow.
Yeah, Mellow Yellow and Mountain Dew are like on the same kind of like spectrum of like flavor. You're like,
that's what's weird because Pepsi had Surge and it tasted more like.
Yeah,
I don't know why they just wanted to bring another name in.
I did have this ready in case
all the Mountain Dew. So that's a weird.
No, you got the right flavor. So
in case the Mountain Dew wasn't right, I was prepared to wash the taste out of my mouth.
Yeah, no, you got a good flavor. Yeah. On the old days when a team scored 9, they would spell it out. Arsenal 9, spelled out versus 0 leads. Yeah.
The best one for that. This is genuinely true. I'm not making this up. In the Scottish League, there's a team called East Fife and Forfar, Forfar, and it was basically Forfar 4, East Fife 5. Something like that. And the guy had to read it out and figure it. And it was one of those. It was one of those. He always reads it out in the same cadence, but for that one, he was like, "Got to be a bit careful here." Classic.
All right, so we got a couple of. Let's see here. Does anyone believe the Jorginho rumors? Seems like they're not rumors anymore. Seems like they are legit. It's a legit target. So, and you know what? That's another point. When we got Partey, if anybody recalls, a day or so before that, we were starting to look into Jorginho, and the next day we got Partey. So that is a player that interests Arteta and Edu and Arsenal. So it's just 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So yeah, Ian thinks 7-Up is better than Sprite. Fight. Sprite 7-Up wars.
The soda wars live on the trip.
7-Up's only good for mixed drinks.
Welch's grape soda and orange crusher undefeated. Those are some good flavors. Those are some good. Yeah, I'm a cream soda. I like cream soda, and I actually like ginger beer. If you know what that is, that's a flavor as well. That of soda, I believe.
I say you like gingers.
That's not where I was going with this. I believe they're called perforations, Mr. Tom. All right. The diet versions. Oh, I don't drink. I don't know. I don't know about that. This is that East 5-4, etc. McDonald's drinks in America better.
When
To be fair, over English.
When I was a student, I worked at McDonald's, right? And basically, every Friday, this big camper van. I worked the drive-through. This big camper van. I'd take the orders, and come
Did
through to
your
the drive-through.
McDonald's have boulders in front of
Let
it?
the man say his thing, and then you can add your
Tom
nonsense
will
on
like
top
my
of it.
comment.
It actually did, Tony. It actually did. Some big stones and stuff, yeah. And but basically, this is about the diet drinks. Basically, let's just say these rather sturdy, well-proportioned ladies, and I don't mean in the curvature. I mean like they were the boulders. Anyway, would appear, and they were like, and they would order enough food for the family, but I think it was just for them both. But anyway, sorry, I'm digressing. Sorry, they would order like the Mega Mac at the time was the equivalent of 4 hamburgers in like.
You don't have that over here. You know that, right?
This was in 2002.
No. I've watched. I
No, this
don't know if you watched it, but on YouTube, there's like Mr. Beard. Beard eats
know the
food or
name.
whatever. He's in England somewhere, and he went and got like those big burgers with like the 4 patties. I'm like, oh, we don't have that over here. We just like seem to be just getting the double burgers now, but not quadruple.
No, McDonald's ain't allowed to do it now because they've got to have a certain level of nutrition. Which I know it's bollocks. Like I know that, right? But they've still got to at least give the appearance that they're following guidelines or something.
Yeah.
But anyway, they would basically order like £40 worth of food, and just for the common of my job, I would go, all right, so what drinks are you having? And they would look so fucking smug. They would look so proud of themselves when they turn to me and go, Diet Coke. I'd be like, oh, you just ordered 16 hamburgers. What are you?
Can I have these 10,000 calories of burgers and Diet Coke, please, sir?
It's the Diet Coke. That's good. That is the diet. It's the full fat Coke that's gonna make you fat.
Is that a drink?
No.
I don't know. Is that a misspelling or what is that?
No, that is a drink. It's very popular in Scotland. Iron brew.
Okay. And how do you say it?
Tin. Iron brew. As in iron, like they've took the O out of iron.
I had Earn Brew in my head, so yeah. In the what is it called? The South? Is that where you are, Tony? Is it called pop?
Pop, soda, Coke.
I heard Tony in the South that basically you call all soft drinks Cokes. Like you'll go to a guy at shop,
I just said
can I have a Coke? And then they'll go, all right, which one do you want? Like Sprite or that. Is that what happens?
Yeah, it's pop, soda, Coke.
So there's Mugs root beer, but I think there's Barks as well. I don't know
Barks
which one.
Is great.
I think I like Barks better than Mugs.
Diabetics.
What is
I
that?
I like IBC root beer, but it's expensive.
I could imagine these women with the doctors for their physicals, and he goes like, "I've got to tell you, ladies, you're a little bit obese," and they'd be like, "What? But I ordered Diet Coke. I only ordered the occasional sweet, fucking 3-piece sweet. I'll look at you,
Dr. Pepper. Sorry. That's all right. I don't. Yeah. Mr. Beard. I do like him. He's really interesting. So, probably one of the more interesting guys. There's another one that I like as well. The guy's from Canada. I forgot what his name is now, but he's pretty good as well. They're pretty funny.
Tell you show I used to love watching on the Food Network. Yeah, I've watched Food Network. Right. It's called Mystery Diners.
Oh, when they go
I
in there
know
to check
it's
it out.
fake. I know it's fake. I don't care. It's just hilarious.
Mm-mm.
More
Stan
because
does not like
the
Coke or
guy
Pepsi. All right.
well, I'll eat your share,
Yeah.
Cashdab. Eat. I'll drink your share.
Yeah.
He likes Sprite and Funyuns.
Yeah. Pop. Tizzer, is that like a
No. It's called Tizer. I loved
Tizer?
Tizer when I was a kid. It's
Yeah.
red.
Yeah, I don't think I got soda. I didn't get pop or soda, whatever they called it when I was younger. I just got Ribena. So that was kind of my sweet drink if I got a drink. So I drank a lot of Ribena when I was younger. Yeah, Man versus Food. I loved that back in the days. That was a good one.
Charles Styles Mystery Diners. Charles Styles Mystery Diners. Charles Styles. Sorry, just secret fantasy of life is
Mr.
being
Tom,
Charles
my
Styles
deepest
from Mystery
apologies. My
Diners.
left hand overpowered my right hand and made the ridiculous comment about Rafina, and I'll chop it off so it won't happen again.
Eat the hand.
Okay.
Eat the hand. Shit it out.
Yeah.
Pipe it back onto the stump
Yeah.
where your arm was, and then chew it.
Yeah. I just keep hitting the refresh on the Twitter. So Fabrizio's latest comment is Arsenal have not submitted any bid or open talks to sign how you say it? Ibrahima Bamba, not even to prepare the deal for next summer. He's available for 7 to 8 million. Okay. Sounds yeah. Ty, you got a bottle of Tizer right now. Cool. Yes, he's a huge. Okay, I didn't know he's a Bears fan. Yeah, I have not tried Ribena with Sprite. That might be something cool to try. Yeah. Oh, Stewart's cream soda. Any Stewart's soda is going to be good. There was a burger joint over here called Fuddruckers. If any of you guys have been to that, and
That
that's
sounds
all they
very-
had. That's all they
I
had
go there all
on.
the time.
That's all they had on tap was Stewart. I think it was either homemade, but it was like they were all like Stewart like sodas. So they had the blackberry soda, of course, root beer cream soda, all those flavors. Yeah. Yeah, I lived down in South Florida, down in Miami when I lived there.
What's Florida?
So,
I thought the name was Flo Rida.
well, no, it's Florida and the man's called Flo Rida. But yeah, no, down in Miami is where I lived. I went to school. Like, what is it, from fourth grade to I guess through college? I lived in Florida. So, but Miami for my grade school years, as they call it here. So that's from 9 to 18, basically. What else we got here? Is that a drink? I don't know what that is. Oh, Colonel's got a question for you. So what sort of drink do you think could fix the Leeds defense, Tom?
A nice sexual chocolate milkshake.
Sexual
right
chocolate
places.
milkshake.
Yeah. Tony gets
Yeah.
it.
Ibra Bomber. You're funny, Mr. I can't even want to say Mr. Stan. Stan the man. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Ibram I don't know, Bomba. There you go. Oh,
Tom
you're in
just wants
Orlando,
it,
Big
Yahoo.
Stunner. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
What's that,
My best
Tony?
friend from college, he was from Orlando. He was my best man in my wedding. So yeah. You get a shirt with that on the back of it. All right. Cool. Yeah. So we are hitting the 80th minute here. We've been chatting as much as we can about the transfer window, but nothing. Let's see. Leicester City signed some 21-year-old striker from Syracuse University in the States.
I finally signed somebody.
Yeah, he's from Syracuse University, but he's going to go on loan to OHL Leuven. I don't know how you say that. So they're just signing for the future. It looks like Hakim Ziyech might end up at PSG. He's already accepted, but Chelsea, They have a lot of players that they have to get rid of, don't they? Are they going to be over? Is there such like I saw something saying, do they have enough space for their 17 homegrown players?
Is that a thing that they actually enforce?
Well, it was on Twitter, so it has to be real, right?
Yeah, they do enforce that time.
Naturally.
Yeah, if it's on Twitter, then it has to be real. So I saw it was at the Arsenal women, like they said they went big time and were trying to get was it Alicia Russo from Manchester United, and they said no, they don't want our money. Of course, they don't want to make us better. Of course, why would they want to do that? But Arsenal, that's the one thing I don't get. So you got the Arsenal women who seem to have a plan when they go out and they get all their players, and Arsenal men, it seems. Though I understand it's totally different, but you just have to, you have to be able to work within the system you got. And sometimes I feel like we don't do that. We seem to get forced into a hole. We never get our first target sometimes, and then we have to scramble. It seems. So I don't get it. And it's not, but the women seem to like reload, right? They lose two of their top players, and you wouldn't know it. If Arsenal lost, for example, Gabrielle, and they lost, who is it? I think Martinelli. I guess now they have an answer with Trossard, but if they had lost them midway through the first half of the season, would they be able to keep pace with where they are? Would they still be top of the league? Also, would they actually answer the call and fill those spots early in the window or in the window? I don't know.
I don't care.
December. I don't know what kind of beer you're talking about, but I don't think I want that beer. For those who don't know. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Orlando. Yeah, there was Disney World. It was pretty cool to go to Disney World. There's not Disney World, but it's Epcot Center. Just when you could drink there. Just have beers around the world at Epcot. That was like the thing we would do in college.
I used to go to different bars that would have like 110 different like bottles and like another 120 show on tap and do the world tour of beers.
Yeah, Colonel Ward. I live in New Jersey. It's right next to New York. So I used to work in the city for 8-9 years. So I would commute into the city. Anywhere from 2 to 5 days a week. So so I've been in New York. Haven't been in there in a couple of years now. At least maybe once or twice in the last couple of years. But yeah, been in New York. Monk's Sour Flemish Ale, great brew out of Belgium. All right, I put it on my list. I put it on my list. Sounds like I don't know if I want a sour beer.
Some of them are pretty good.
I don't think I've had a banana beer and it was actually pretty good.
Yuck. I
like bananas. I like banana drinks.
Only thing banana I can eat is banana.
Oh, so bread. Mr. Tom, you might know this. There was if I recall, I believe this is when I was in England. There was a drink. There was like a this powder that you would put in your milk to make it, what different flavor. And my flavor was, but no, this was long. Was it still Nesquik back in the 70s?
It may have been.
I don't think it was Nesquik, but it was something.
No.
It wouldn't have been Nesquik back in the 70s.
But it's along those lines, like a milkshake type.
No, it's definitely like that. But it was like they had strawberry, they had banana. Banana is my favorite flavor.
It's probably just straight Hershey's because they sell the cocos in those.
No, it wasn't Hershey's because there was no. I don't think there was Hershey's in England, anyways.
Nesquik was invented in 1948, so it could have been.
Yeah. No, it wasn't called Nesquik. I would have known that.
Was it Yahoo or?
No, they didn't have that back then. it wasn't Nesquik, yeah, I would have remembered that. What we got here?
I should buy some Nesquik. It was delicious.
Yeah, you were in New York City before 9/11.
I might have to go out tomorrow. When I post BX Gunners program and scarf, I'm gonna get some Nesquik and some milk. I'm just gonna drink it. And it's gonna be delicious. And I'm probably gonna put in too much Nesquik, but I can because I'm an adult. And my
I think it was
mum ain't
called.
around
I think
to
it was
tell
just
me
called
that I can't.
milkshake.
Milkshake.
I think that's what it was called. Yeah. Assembler was in New York during 12/11. All right. Okay, you
Go
guys.
away, Mountain Dew. You're so
Nesquik.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's Nesquik. Is it Nesquik? So it was Nesquik way back then in the 70s? I don't remember that. I just remember, like I said, I remember having it in England. I could have swore it was not Nesquik, but I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong.
Why is it called Nesquik?
All right.
Oh, because it's made by Nestle. That's why. That's it.
Ovaltine. I liked Ovaltine, and Milo was I always had Milo in the house. That was to go to bed, get a cup of Milo. Yeah. I don't know if you did this, Mr. Tom, but for when I went to lunch, my parents I got one of those thermoses or flasks, whatever you want to call them. It would always have hot tea in it. That's what I had at lunchtime.
Yes.
So you bring my hot tea to lunch. So yeah, powder.
I'd have one that
those were powder. Yeah.
I'd get chocolate and Nesquik. That's the best one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so it was Nesquik. All right. I thought it was. I could have swore it was a different brand. See, this is my mom joined the show, so it was Nesquik. All right. So there you go. So there you go. Everybody was right. I was very, very wrong.
Perfect timing for mom to come in.
There you go.
Go on, Gary's mom.
Nesquik back in the 70s. So there you go. See, yeah, you learn something new on the show. Yeah, the banana flavored. I liked it. I definitely liked the banana flavor.
I always wanted a soda stream, but in hindsight, no, it would have been a terrible purchase.
Yeah, because then you got to buy. Because you know what? Because the flavor is so expensive, and then you're gonna want to mix them up and stuff. And
I'm sure it's great, but I'm sure in hindsight, it would not be worth the time, effort, and expense of actually putting it all together just to go.
Yeah, no,
when
it's a lot of fun to do it the first or second time, and then the third time you're like, oh, this is too much work.
Yeah.
Or you can just buy one of those giant Coke or Pepsi machines that mix with different sodas together for you.
Yeah. No, they like now if they have it, when I go into the store once in a while, I'll buy you the banana Nesquik, or they have the strawberry banana Nesquik. Ooh, really good.
Yeah, they put it together.
My mom swore blind that SodaStream was the way forward. Yeah, I think I remember getting it. I think I got that in the house. My mom got that, I think, but it gets expensive, and you're just like, I'm just gonna go buy the soda. Yeah, mom saves the day.
Took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah, we went from talking football to drinks, and not alcoholic drinks. Just
we were talking about boring Arsenal transfers like we usually do to actual excitingness, and awesomeness, and great.
Tom's so happy that
you hated strawberry Nesquik. It wasn't the best, but it was banana was
actually,
better.
I'm not going to swear in case Guy's mum talking, but I'm fucking thrilled how this turned out.
No, what turned out? Your transfer?
The show.
Oh, cool.
It's all because Tom brought out the mountain.
Do you have a question before we get out of here?
Yeah, I do have a question. Yeah, I do have a question. Well, I'm glad you asked. Yeah.
Where's Liberace's
three questions, but let's see which one. Right, okay. Who are the only team in Britain? There's two questions, but there's a bonus one. Who are the only team in Britain with a J in it?
The only team what?
Who is the only team in Britain with a J in the name?
Team with a J in it.
Team in Britain with a J in the name, yeah.
Nobody cares, Tom.
Yeah, Colonel Ward is like he wants to replace Tony with Gary's mom. You were,
Fat Colonel
he
Ward.
doesn't know anything about Arsenal. Doesn't know what an Arsenal is. My mom would get vexed when I come in with a can of Tango while the fridge is stuffed with bottles of Soda Stream. Yeah, nah, that's when you get in trouble.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
Saint Johnstone, is that correct?
All right, pink. All right, yeah, it's correct, right? Because Ian's a pedantic prick. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the second one. All right, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, a lot older than me. Right.
On the road had one from Scotland.
Who are the only team in Britain that have the letters A, B, C, D, and E in their name?
Oh boy, Pincushion and Thunder Road both got it.
Good luck.
So there you go.
Nah, you'll get it. I'm joking. You'll get it.
Scotland's in Great Britain. Oh, it's you said British, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was right. I said it was right.
All
More
right.
importantly, who are the only team in the United Kingdom or Great Britain, whatever you want to call it, with A, B, C, D, and E in the name?
So you said not? Did you say non-league side?
No, professional side.
Professional.
I did say.
Sorry,
that.
Colonel
I
Ward.
was very careful to stipulate that. Because
all right. So here's the question: A, B, C, D, E.
Oh.
Right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, but I knew someone would come up with a non-league side that I'd never heard of. You know
Do
what?
my classic question.
How did we turn this into Sesame Street?
Mm.
Yeah, I'm going to do Chris Nick's question after. It's a great question.
Right. So is your favorite team though? Is that the answer, Mr. Tom?
No.
Manchester United, your favorite team, right?
No, it is not.
No.
Who are the only team in the United Kingdom to have the first 5 letters of the alphabet within the name?
We'll see if anybody's answered that. Pink Cushion can get to A B C D, but not the E. Anybody?
Out of interest, who is that Pink Cushion? I don't know why I called him Big Cushion then, because I know his name's Ian. Talk to him every week, and I'm like, "Oh, Pink Cushion, show me the answer, baby."
Yeah. Here's a Pink Cushion's answer.
Oh,
Bradford City. There you go.
It's good, but it's not right for this one.
There you go. And look at that, Tony. You got some love here. My mom wants you on the show. She says you're funny. So, sorry, fellas.
Does she still love me when me and you go at it?
Oh, she probably doesn't like you then, because that means because you're wrong. Here we go. Here's this one. I don't know what this is. Hamilton Academicals. How do you say? Is that right?
No B. There's no B in it.
Oh, here's one. Dots, Dagenham City and Barking.
No.
That has all the letters though.
No, because Dagenham and Redbridge isn't the team anymore. They're just Dagenham FC now.
Oh, sorry, Thunder Road.
The answer is Cowden Beef FC.
Wow, that's
COWDENBEATHFC.
Wow. All right, so you got a question. You got a question. The classic question. I don't know what that is.
Yes. Name me a team in Scotland beginning with an M. In fact, no. Gary should have asked it. Gary should have asked the question because this is gonna be. Do it. Oh,
all right, name me a team in Scotland that begins with the letter M. All right.
Why do you want Gary to ask him for?
What happened? I lost my screen went blank for a second.
No, Ian. No. No. I knew you was going to do this. And no. Yeah.
So you're
Well,
saying
what's
this is
her
in the
BS?
answer?
No. What's that? Oh. Yeah, she's fine, thanks, Stan. This is why you should have said it. Because I was watching.
There you go, people. All right. That is our questions of the week. We did it all. We are going to head out of here because we've hit our 90-minute mark and then some. Everybody's enjoying the well. Very, very, very good. I like that one. Let me just check one last time to see if
You know what?
No, we haven't
Colonel
signed
Wall got it
anybody
right
yet.
as well. You know what, Dave? I'm generous with my questions. Also, sorry. One more quick bonus question. Which Van Nistelrooy?
oh, why? No. We're not going to go there. No.
Yes.
No.
Actually, why is that, Stan?
Stan, no.
Tom-
My 5-a-side. Look, he's got a new 5-a-side TV's formed
Yeah,
5 minutes
I
ago.
already declared him the true winner. He's the true winner because that's the genius. But seriously, Stan, why is that? Is it to do with the way the ground is facing? But I don't actually know. Or is it just because they get to choose?
Oh, is this the answer?
Is it, yeah? Is it to do with something you've won? Like, do you get afforded the opportunity? Like, you know,
See
if
if
you
they got
win the
any more
World Club
answers.
Championship, you're allowed to wear a special kit for one match or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, we don't. We're okay with that name, but no, the name that Mr. Tom brought up, not so much. So it's not
Yeah.
FA Cup winners. Stan, you gonna let us know?
Which Van
Let's
Nistelrooy scored
No.
in game 50?
No.
Mute him, Gary.
No, we don't want to hear anything about this.
Which-
Stan's gonna have to answer this if
No,
he's still around.
Sorry. I know I shouldn't have said that. What I should have said is
No.
let's call him Ruud
No.
VN
No.
or R Van Nistelrooy.
No. So here we go. This is the answer for those who did not know. Only clubs who have won the FA Cup, I assume is what that meant, can have triangle corner flags. So there you go.
Familiar.
There you
And
go,
that
people.
explains why my club's corner flags are the way they are, because we have actually won it one time.
There you go. Got a couple of comments
One
in
time.
here. Oh, here we go. This is also a good one. We'll see this in a second here. I was
And because I'm
on
opening
about
questions,
Martin
currently
and
typing it out. We beat Arsenal to win it.
So, Mr. Tom, here's one for you. Oh, wait, where is it? It hasn't come up yet. It'll come up in a second. See if it comes up here. There's a question for you. See if it comes up. It's not showing up over here. But anyways, here it is from the assembled to Mr. Tom. How do you hold an idiot in suspense?
Pick up Tom.
It's the being silent part that makes you the idiot, isn't it?
It didn't pop up here, or the assemble. I don't know why. You know what? I think it got caught for some reason. I guess it didn't like the idiot part. But I did let it through. I can see it on there.
No. My brain's in tune with the algorithm. It was my brain was like, no, we ain't letting that one slip through.
Yeah, Colonel Ward, thank you for the show. We are going to head out here in a little bit. I'll let everybody have their say.
No
Yeah,
one
we'll
makes
tell
a
him.
fool
We'll
of
tell.
me
We'll
except
tell. We'll tell
Ian,
Mr.
Stan,
Tom
and
tomorrow.
maybe the boy Tony.
There you go. We'll tell Mr. Tom tomorrow what the answer is to the question. So let's head out of here. Let's have everybody chat and say goodbye. So let Tony go first.
It's nice seeing BX and everybody being active in the chat. Hopefully we go and do some business tonight in the morning. Get it done early. No last minute deals. Please don't go to Chelsea and go get Jorginho. I won't like you very much.
Cool. And Mr. Tom?
Jesus Christ, I thought it was going to be the end of the transfer window by the time we finished talking. Sorry, have a good week, everyone. Okay, thanks for the support as usual. Thanks for the interactions, taking part.
Great with Mountain Dew citrus, Tom.
You're right. I apologise. I didn't give it a rating, did I? I'm going to give it 46 Mountain Dews out of 58.2 Mountain Dews.
There you go.
What about the crisp?
Above average, slightly above it. It's very similar to like a lemonade Sprite. It's got a bit of a kick. I was about to say a bit of a kick, but slightly dulled down as well.
Cool.
Quite low. Anyway,
All right.
yeah. So sorry.
Chris.
Have a good week, everyone. Thank you for all the crisps. Yeah, bog standard chicken crisps. I'm gonna say 7.2 out of 10.
Okay. All right. Cool.
But have a good week, everyone. Thanks for the support, watching the show, taking part, especially the people in England that are taking part at an ungodly hour. So that's Ian and a few others that were in earlier.
Sam.
Always appreciated, never forgotten, and I will remember that when it comes to signing your death.
Shut up, Tom. The Sith Lord of New Jersey is going to speak.
Yeah. So here we go. We're going to head out of here. As Mr. Tom said, thank you very much for joining us, especially those who could be sleeping but decided to spend some time with us. So we appreciate that. And we'll be back doing this thing again next Monday. Hopefully, we'll be talking about some of our new incoming players from tomorrow. Hopefully, one or two would be nice, right? Be able to do a lot of business here. Hopefully, that happens. But we'll see him. Matt will be back again next Monday. He had some work to do. That's why he left. For those who didn't see that early in the early part of the show, he was chatting with us. We'll be back on. I guess I'll be on tomorrow on his channel, talking about the end of the transfer window. So we'll chat it up then. Otherwise, we'll see you guys on Saturday for those who want to watch us on the road trip. Otherwise, we'll see you again, like I said, on Monday. Thanks for joining us. It's like to say life is a journey. Don't waste the trip. Enjoy the ride. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you, and good night or good day.
That's my